So yes, I'm from China, and in China there's a lot of nuclear plants to produce electricity. But I personally think that this is a problem because nuclear is an energy that humans cannot completely master. So I think the nuclear is one of the ecological problems in my country.
Enfin, moi, à titre personnel, il y a un truc que je ressens directement, c'est le réchauffement climatique, je pense, à Marseille. Déjà en 6 ans, j'ai vu un changement assez fort. Mais du coup, avec cette question-là de la chaleur, on peut poser la question de la bétonisation des centres-villes, le fait qu'il n'y ait pas d'espace vert, très peu d'arbres, etc. Enfin, on pense au marché de la plaine, la place de la plaine qui a été complètement bétonnée. Et du coup, c'est une fournaise totale l'été. Le fait que tout à Marseille aussi tourne autour de la voiture principalement, très peu de moyens qui sont mis en œuvre pour le déplacement doux, enfin en vélo, piéton ou même le transport en commun.
Je viens plus du nord de la France, vers la Mayenne. Et il y avait des hivers quand j'étais petite, on voyait de la neige tous les hivers quasiment. Et maintenant, on sent un réchauffement plus de manière générale pendant l'hiver et vraiment des canicules pendant l'été. Après, c'est vraiment un ressenti individuel, mais c'est aussi confirmé par les nombreux rapports du GIEC, les travaux des scientifiques. Mais en fait, j'ai vraiment du mal avec les gens qui disent que ces ressentis, c'est pas du tout justifié et que les scientifiques racontent n'importe quoi.
You know, I'd say just general pollution, like when you go to a new city and the air quality is bad, or you're swimming in the ocean and you just feel garbage. It's like, you know it's not good for the environment and it doesn't make you feel good, I'd say.
Moi je dirais ce qui me touche dans le quotidien, c'est-à-dire voir la quantité de poubelles partout, la quantité de plastique surtout, qui n'est pas forcément trié, vraiment qui n'est pas forcément recyclé.
Et je vois notamment tous les matins aussi à Marseille un truc très spécifique. Ils nettoient les rues avec des grands jets d'eau et ils balancent toutes les merdes qu'ils peuvent, tous les trucs qui se directement dans les caniveaux. Ça c'est aussi un autre truc je pense qui est assez propre à Marseille.
Bah, localement, je pense que si on parle de la ville de Marseille, il y a trop de béton par rapport aux arbres, par rapport au verre.
Il faut éduquer les parents et les enfants ensemble. Il faut prendre soin de l'environnement. Par exemple, ici, dans l'espace ici, on n'a même pas un espace pour les enfants pour jouer. Il nous manque vraiment quelque chose d'embellir le quartier, le rendre plus heureux et le plus valorisé.
Pour moi, les solutions, elles ne sont pas locales, elles ne sont pas individuelles, elles sont étatiques et elles sont gouvernementales. À notre échelle, c'est juste pour moi une histoire de se rassurer que d'avoir des actions, des petites actions. Et quand on voit les différences énormes de consommation d'énergie entre les ultra riches et le reste de la population, je vois pas ce qu'on peut faire à une échelle individuelle.
Moi je pense que je suis assez d'accord. Enfin, la théorie du colibri, elle a plutôt ses limites parce que faire des parts individuelles, ça vise plutôt la bonne conscience.
Que con el arte podemos intercambiar y hacer que la cosa sea vista por otra persona. Es una manera de hablar.
Bah alors ça c'est une question que je trouve assez difficile. Moi je suis chanteuse, donc à la base je dirais déjà ça serait bien que les artistes qui travaillent dans ce milieu s'engagent de plus en plus.
Récemment, on a fait une présentation ici sur la place avec la musique, mais on a essayé de parler de l'environnement et tout en chanson. On a fait le théâtre aussi, on a fait les robes, comme on a dit tout à l'heure, c'est des robes qu'on a utilisées avec les matériaux qui sont recyclés.
Je pense qu'il y a aussi la question de la transmission de l'art, parce que c'est souvent réservé à une élite culturelle, économique, et souvent les personnes qui sont touchées par cet art-là sont déjà au courant, au fait de ce qui se passe et sont informées, on va dire, des enjeux environnementaux.
Utiliser, je sais pas, après ça peut être un moyen de sensibiliser peut-être les gens à certains enjeux, en faisant des expositions ou des actions. Voilà.
Good.
Accurate? No. Together.
Je pense qu'une transition qui serait juste, ce serait une transition qui serait juste socialement, d'égalité d'accès aux soins, à l'école.
Local, cuidar y disfrutar.
Et pour moi, cette égalité, elle doit être non seulement nationale, mais aussi internationale, parce que c'est toujours les mêmes pays qui sont touchés à la fois socialement, mais aussi en ce moment écologiquement. Et on dit que les catastrophes climatiques approchent, mais en fait, elles sont déjà présentes dans plein de pays.
So you see, like everyone is like suffering from injustices or from just transition in a different way. So that was interesting actually to see.
Really interesting. And finally, what about you, Avesta? How was it to be behind the scene of those interviews?
You know what? Reactions behind the scene was interesting, especially from people that refused, and I will tell you why. We saw that they were afraid of just talking with us, and when we asked why, we learned that they refused because they didn't want to see their words to be distorted maliciously. So that's a point that I wanted to raise, the fact that people aren't confident with journalism or the information in general.
And I also think that some people are afraid to talk about this topic in particular because it doesn't speak to them. And that's actually bring to the table the fact that we have to raise more awareness about this topic.
Exactly, Emily. And this is why we should go maybe a little bit more deep in these topics. And I would like go with Shalma and ask you if you can give to us a little or more detailed definition about just transition and how it's connected with the climate change issue.
Absolutely. So in light of combating climate change, we can see that the living standards of people and communities have drastically changed in the past few years, especially in the Mediterranean, since it's hugely affected. We can also see that there is like a shift from the usage of fossil fuel and other ecologically damaging industries. And so here's where the role of climate justice and just transition comes in order to implement justice transition through funding, let's say, initiatives, job opportunities, basically in the green area, and also to provide financial assistance to these communities.
Totally right.
Thank you a lot. And now you, Manar, how do you think just transition can be achieved from a civil society point of view?
Okay, so basically the civil society works in development, and we don't just want development, but we want development for all, development that's inclusive, that leaves no one behind. So a collective movement together towards achieving justice or just transition towards green, basically, or like, I mean, just in general, right? So I would say that we want like the global north to be more accountable of the actions of the pollution they have caused since the Industrial Revolution until to date, whether we're talking about governments or corporates as well. We don't need more greenwashing to be in the scene. We don't need to see climate finance for climate conferences done by fossil industries.
Of course.
So that was one part. So I think how to achieve just transition we can take two lenses to look into this. So the first lens can be global. So we need more green finance for to be there for the global south, which is mostly affected by the climate justice or the climate crisis, basically. And basically they were not the reason of this to happen in the first place, right? So like more finance towards adaptation and more technology transfer and less political restrictions of access to clean energy, especially in the areas of war, because that contributes more to the problem. And taking the second lens, which is more local, again, talking about inclusivity, not leaving any sector of the society behind. I would say agriculture, for example, because it's a cross-cutting problem happening in the north countries and the south countries as well. The farmers are really suffering. Who doesn't want agriculture sustainability? Who doesn't want green practice in that sector more? But the question is, who is going to pay for this? Is it the farmers that are already suffering from heat waves, from the climate crisis in general? I think the answer is definitely no.
Okay, so if I sum up a bit, we need a strong political action and to leave no one behind. Thank you a lot, Manar, for your intervention. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you.
We can now leave the floor because we will welcome some young people here with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So now we have our young society coming.
Yes, of course. We're happy to welcome us.
Welcome. How are you? Woo! Welcome, young people. How are you?
Welcome, girls. Bienvenue, les filles. So we will do this part half French, half English. Bonjour à toutes les deux. Comment vous appelez? What's your names?
Moi, je m'appelle Lilia.
Et moi, je m'appelle Mariem.
Okay, bonjour. So Myriam and Lilia.
Mariem.
Myriam and Lilia. Perfect. All right. So first question, première question. Where do you live? Où est-ce que vous habitez?
On habite à la Gavette Péry à Septembre-les-Vallons.
Okay, and where is that? Où c'est?
C'est à la frontière de Marseille. C'est vraiment...
Okay, so at the border of Marseille, up in the north, is if I'm correct, au nord, quartier nord de Marseille, in the suburbs, to summarize. So, qu'est-ce que vous aimez au final dans votre quartier? What do you like in your neighborhood?
En fait, notre quartier, c'est un quartier petit. En fait, c'est très convivial. Tout le monde se connaît, tout le monde parle de tout. Et en fait, grâce au centre social, en fait, ils mettent en place des projets, notamment du coup des projets environnementaux, où une fois par mois, on nettoie le quartier avec les habitants. On pose des chantiers où on pose des niches, où on crée des spirales aromatiques, tout ça.
Okay, so I will try to sum up this in English. What they like about their neighborhood is the fact that it's really small, that everybody knows each other, that there is a really cool atmosphere and, you know, like this feeling of belonging, and also a social center in which they are involved that allows them to create some environmental actions such as cleanups, but also creating some habitats for the birds or things like that. Okay. La question suivante. Pour vous, quelle est la chose la plus importante à modifier dans votre quartier? What is the most important thing to modify, to change in your neighborhood?
Le plus important, c'est vraiment la pollution. Il faudrait qu'on mette en place des activités ou même des choses pour qu'il y ait moins de pollution, moins de déchets par terre, parce que tout le monde jette un peu tout par terre, et ça serait mieux qu'il y ait moins de déchets par terre dans le quartier.
All right, so for them, the most principal action will be to address the contamination, the pollution problem, to reduce the amount of waste that you can find in the streets and to organize more action in this sense. So that will be the number one action to put in place. So thank you. And what else? Actually, I have another question. J'ai une autre question pour vous. À Marseille, qu'est-ce que vous pensez être la priorité écologique? What is the ecological priority in Marseille itself?
En fait, ça peut être protéger les espaces naturels. En fait, quand on pense Marseille, on pense soleil, plage. Et en fait, du coup, on veut protéger, nettoyer déjà les déchets jetés par les gens. Et surtout, par rapport à la pêche abusive, il faut éviter ou calmer tout ça.
Okay. So the most important thing for Marseille itself would be to protect the natural lands, because when we think about Marseille, we think about the beach and the sun, the coast. So it's an area where you have a lot of natural spaces, but you have a lot of waste on it. So we also have a lot of overfishing, overconsumption of the natural resources. So that would be the first thing to address in this city for this young girl that we have in front of us. And finally, do you feel represented by the politics?
Good question.
Est-ce que tu te sens représenté par les politiques?
Alors pour moi, pas du tout, parce que en fait, pour les politiques, ils veulent en fait que le changement vienne d'en bas, que le changement vienne en fait des populations les plus pauvres, qui modifient en fait tout ce qui est leur transport, par exemple acheter des voitures électriques pour que ça pollue moins, alors que pendant ce temps-là, les populations du coup les plus riches, les plus aisées, en fait vivent sans contrainte dans leur jet privé, dans leur yacht, alors que c'est ça en fait qui pollue le plus.
Okay, so this young girl has a really strong point of view on that. Actually, she thinks that for the politicians, they want actions to come from the bottom to people to make individual changes, while rich people, the ones that are with their yacht and private jet, still continue to pollute and contaminate the most. So that should come from above the big decisions. Okay. Merci les filles. Thank you girls.
Thank you.
That was really interesting.
Thank you.
Vous pouvez sortir du plateau. Merci encore. Bon retour.
So,
bye bye.
Wow, amazing sharing thoughts with these young minds, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And now we're gonna move to a funny moment, because in very brief time we have the quiz show.
Oh yeah, we do?
Yes, we're gonna have a really important quiz with our friend Mati.
That's nice, because during this time we will take a coffee break, so that's perfect. Mati, you take the floor?
It's for you, Mati.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Francesc. So, hi, everyone. I'm Matti, des Têtes de l'Art, and today I will be your quiz master. And for that purpose, I invite everyone that wants to play on the board. So come up and join me. Avesta, you can take a seat next to me. Of course. Yeah, and maybe you have seen the things in front of you. Those will be your buzzers, actually. So we will do this quiz in a couple of steps. 2 different steps to be precise. Firstly, I will ask 10 questions, and you guys have the opportunity to answer right away. And for that purpose, you will just use those things as a buzzer. So you'll blow into it, and that'll be your buzzer. Then I'll give you the chance to respond. And if the answer is incorrect, then it's also for you. Thanks for joining. And if it's incorrect, then we will keep on until the right answer has been said. And then the 2 of you in the front will answer my riddles. Yeah. So let's start. Yeah, and to kind of limit the subject, we will also stick to the topic of the environment in the Mediterranean. Yeah. First question then. Which city do you think is most at risk of rising sea levels? And the four different possibilities are Marseille, Alexandria, Barcelona, or is it Rabat? Yeah, okay, Elizabeth?
Well, I know that there is a risk for Marseille. I don't know about others, but it's a big possibility in Marseille for sure.
You're right, but it's actually not Marseille. Yeah?
Alexandria?
Yes, you're right. So that one goes to Avesta. Thanks. Second question. On what island has been found a popcorn-like seaweed? So it's a seaweed that looks like popcorn. And finally, there has been a huge TikTok and Instagram trend, and many tourists came to this island in order to collect the seaweed and take it back home. At a point where the local authorities were forced to ban the taking back. So yeah, have you heard of anything like this?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I heard of something like that. Yeah.
But you don't know where.
I'm waiting for the option.
There's no options.
Okay. I think it's in Morocco. No.
Actually, they are the Canarian Islands.
Okay.
So not that far, but they belong to Spain. Yeah. So third question. This is a local one, so I'm betting on you, Avesta. Which park in Marseille is known for to have been the first source of water in 1849?
It will be Longchamp?
Yes, it's Parc Longchamp. And actually, the architect of Parc Longchamp is also the one that planned Notre-Dame de la Garde. So it's the same architect.
Because there is the end of the river of Durance.
Yeah, exactly. La Durance. That is a river that has its spring in the Alps. Was actually detoured to Parc Longchamp, and yeah, this happened in 1849. Okay, fourth question. I have 4 options for you guys, and you need to class them from the most to the least polluting. Okay, are you ready? It's the airplane, the boat, so a big container ship, le T-Max, and bicycle. I'll give you a short second.
T-Max is a scooter. So it's the reason why we laugh currently.
Yeah. So thanks for the question from the audience. The T-Max is a very famous scooter from Marseille. Yeah. Oh gosh.
You have the answers, right?
Yeah, I think it's we start with the plane, the boat, and then T-Max, and then of course the bicycle.
Yes, that's correct. Exactly. So it's actually the order that I said. So you're very right. Thank
Very
you.
challenging.
Yeah, very challenging. 5th question. Which of these 4 foods emits the most CO2? But attention here, we're talking about a winter in France. So when it's consumed in France in winter, which is the worst basically in terms of CO2 emissions. And we have 4 options again. Is it bananas from Martinique, the cafe from Colombia, or the Picard, or tomatoes from Spain? Maybe to my left-hand side, you guys haven't answered anything? No, it's not the bananas, Avesta? No. Oh, you were just, yeah, it's
I was thinking, mate. Come on.
I think it's the Picard. The Picard.
I think it's tomatoes.
I think it's the tomatoes from Spain.
Yes, you're right. And I'll give you the point because Avesta didn't use his butter. So, but yeah, nice hint. So we come to our 6th question. Which 15th century citadel built on a rock is threatened by erosion? And this one you really have to know, I think. And I actually can't give you the options, but I can give you a hint. It's quite an impressive building. It's quite an impressive citadel, which is located in Egypt. Does anyone know? Yes, it's based in Egypt. Yeah. Yeah, I would have.
Le Caire?
No, it's.
Is this Alexandria?
It is in Alexandria, yes. But do you have the name of the?
No.
citadel? Okay, but I'll give you the point because it's quite a difficult name. It's the Cat-Bay Citadel in Alexandria. But you're right. It's Alexandria.
Well done.
Yeah, so we have 3 questions left. The 7th one is, what is the risk, or how high is the risk in percentage in Marseille to have a tsunami in the next upcoming 30 years?
I used to know that fact.
I think it's 50% chances in the next 30 years, isn't it?
No, it's higher actually.
Maybe 90 actually.
Almost.
80.
No, it's not 80. We're close.
70.
No.
Well, 85.
No.
You should give the point at some point.
You were closest, so I'll give you the point. It's actually 95. Okay. 95%. And
good news.
Yeah. It's very, very shocking news actually, and just recently in Marseille, they did a tsunami test where everyone received like an alert on their smartphones. So yeah, it's very shocking. Eighth question: which city hosted the COP27? COP 27. No, it's not. It's the COP 27. I think you were talking about
25.
the last one. Yeah, I said 27. It's a city on the coast, on the Mediterranean coast. We already had this city in the quiz. Yeah?
It's Alexandria.
Yes, it's Alexandria. Yeah, and I think I made a mistake. It's not on the Mediterranean coast, but we already had it in the quiz, so luckily you guys are smarter than I am. Thanks. Okay, second to last question. What is the density of micro-waste in the Mediterranean? And we would need the 4 options. I don't see them, and you guys can't either. We will skip this question because it's too difficult. Of the 60.9 million internally displaced people that were newly recorded in 2022, how many were caused by natural disasters? And this is also once again an estimate question. So you guys just give your estimation and then, yeah. So in 2022, there were 61 million internally displaced people. So refugees that are refugees inside their own country. How many do you think are caused by natural disaster?
I would say like 30.
No. More.
45.
No. Almost.
52.
Nice. 53. Okay. Oh. Yeah, and now actually 2 of you will go to the riddle, part, which normally would be the 2 people that have the most points, but I can't. We will just I will read out the first riddle, and then you guys can maybe give me the answer together. So listen up. It's Avesta. Okay, it's Avesta and we are. Okay, you guys can riddle with me together. Perfect. So I'm an archipelago made up of 3 islands. I'm 200 hectares large. My name means sea passage in Provençal. And I'm 7.6 kilometers from the shore, which equals 1 hour of swim and 30 minutes by boat. And I'm located in front of Marseille, of the Marseille coastline. I'm doing my best to resist betonization, but I'm a victim of damage caused by over-tourism in the summer, with almost 4,000 visitors every day. And a departure every 40 minutes from the Vieux Port. Yeah, Avesta.
Corsica?
What?
No.
Can I answer that?
Yes,
Is
please
it
answer.
Frioul?
Yes.
Frioul Island?
Man, Corsica is further away. Further away. Okay. Thank you guys. I'd love to continue this quiz, but we are a bit short on time, so thanks a lot for your participation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And I'll give back to Emily and Francesc.
I just completely missed the last one. It's a shame.
everyone again. We were back.
Hey everyone! I have here my coffee. Thank you for this break, Mardi. I hope that you had so fun with the quiz.
So now we will move to the next part of this show.
Yes, we have now our new guest, and now I would like to talk more about our local actions, because we have been debating about these environmental issues, the just transition, but all this will be more focused in the different regions of the Mediterranean. And now our colleagues and experts, they will develop a little bit further this concept. But before going on that topic, I would like to introduce Reda, our artist and photographer from Morocco. He will explain a little bit more about the importance of relating art, the concept of art, this role of art, addressing all these issues, right? Can you explain a little bit more about this?
Thank you for the introduction, Francesc. Hi, everyone. I think art play an important role in addressing this kind of issue and in raising awareness about environmental challenge in several ways. First, I think the first thing that we think in art and came to mind is like emotional connection. I think art has the power to evoke emotion and make people connect in a deeper level with such challenges. And also it evokes emotion of empathy and sadness, and maybe also urgency about these challenges, and also the people that are most affected about these challenges. I think secondly, the thing that art can help us in addressing these challenges is visual representation. Art has the power to visually represent those challenges, I think, which is the perfect way to communicate with the youth, because our youth right now at the moment prefer everything to be visually. So I think art can help us a lot in explaining and also transmitting these messages in a tangible way. So, and also I think art can, the third point is to help us in education and raising awareness by explaining some scientific problems or events that the most people can't understand in an academic way, but they can understand through art.
Totally right. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you a lot, Reda. So now we will ask a question to our other participants here. So we have several nationalities represented with Brienne that come from Morocco, Marvin that is from here from Marseille. We have also Maria that come from Andalusia, Spain, and also Nadine that is from Alexandria, Egypt. So first of all, I will ask a question to you, Marvin. How do you get inspired to do this project?
Yeah, so hi everyone. So as the International Cooperation Officer here in Têtes and also the coordinator of the Mediterranean Youth Council, it was something that comes naturally. First of all, we did last year also a similar project called Art for Climate with Tunisia, Egypt, and Greece, and it was raising awareness using art as a tool. And us also, les Têtes de l'Art, since many years, we use art as a tool to convey messages, but using the soft power and using the positive messages, because we really think that art can touch all hearts and can reach every people, because there is no languages needed or a specific academic, education to understand when you are seeing an artist, or when you are seeing something related to art, and art can bring people also among borders. So that is why, this project come naturally. And also it was to strengthen the Maintenance Council and to give them some needs and also some more means to implement local actions through this kind of projects.
Thank you a lot. And why do you think it is so important in the end to work across borders?
Of course, that working across borders is something that is crucial, because even though working on a local level is really important to adapt also the language and the way of working with according to the beliefs and the local customs, it's really important to work locally. But at the end, this is a global issue, and also translation cannot only be made by some groups of people, but people, they need to reach each other and to talk and to talk about their own issues, to understand that there are not that much differences. And if we combine all the voices together, it's gonna be easier to make advocacy toward deciders and political decision makers, and to change things and to change the world for a better future for the future generations.
Thank you a lot.
Wow, sounds amazing. Now we're moving to Spain. Now we're gonna talk with Maria. Hi Maria, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We would like to know more about your project. Tell me, what is your project about and why did you choose it?
Well, actually, we choose water scarcity because in our previous work, we've been working with the youth, and we made a survey to know what were the concerns of the youth. And after looking at all the answers, we've got to the conclusion that the issue that concerns them the most is water scarcity. That is a problem that is actually hitting very hard Spain. Actually, in Barcelona, we have really bad situations, and that's why we choose that topic.
Wow, so interesting. And being honest, I'm from Barcelona. I live that nowadays. So thank you for taking action in this part. But I would like to know a little bit more. I would like to know how will you approach the youth with the project in order to have it, to implement it?
Well, the way we want to focus it is basically to have an immersive experience through the AI. That is a tool that we are using a lot. And what we want to do is that we want to create a dynamic video where there will be different images of in sequence, where we will show an hypothetical world that if we don't stop climate change, it will become true, of how will the world turn very brown and sick, and we will basically end up with all the wildlife, and that's our main objective. And we want to disseminate it through social media because we've considered that is one of the best tools that we can use nowadays at the moment to get to the youth in the most successful way.
Wow, sounds spectacular. I can't wait to work on that.
That's amazing. So now moving to you, Riam. Welcome again.
Thank you so much, Emily.
So first question, what was the approach that you developed, that you worked on with your local community during the co-creation lab?
Well, the action was called actually Framing the Future. It was an environmental awareness through photography workshop, which was around the idea of using art as a tool for advocacy. So the first thing that we did was to educate these participants about the meaning and the purpose of photography and the techniques, and how can an image illustrated as a tool to express the environmental issues and the social and societal ones. So throughout the whole workshops, the participants didn't only learn how to take pictures, but also how to talk about and speak out multiple issues and advocate for them. From documenting, like, for example, pollution, to showcasing nature and the beauty of life at risk. And finally, we concluded the workshop by a brainstorming session where all the participants identified the environmental issues that bothers them the most, and we used those as key points for the future projects.
Thank you a lot. And now, based on the outputs of that actions, what are the upcoming events?
Based on the outputs of the co-creation labs, we will have a multiple series of workshops where we will delve deep into the environmental issues identified by the participants in the co-creation lab. We will also be organizing an artistic exhibition where we will showcase the images taken by the participants during the workshops and the photo assignments. This will be a chance for these participants to share their insights and their reviews about the environmental issues that are happening. We are also particularly interested to gather policymakers alongside the participants, so they would create a meaningful and inspiring collaboration and conversation in order to come to bring new initiatives and ideas to find the solutions.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And now we're moving to Nadia. Let's go to Egypt. And I have questions for you about your project. And I want to know more about your people. Can you tell us about the people that got involved in the co-creation lab in Egypt?
Yes. In Egypt, we were concerned about bringing people with different experience and so we got to exchange ideas and to brainstorm together. So we brought people, the environmental activists and also locals like farmers and also fishermen to tell us about their problems in order to find solutions for them and how to address them. And lastly, we invited the artists in different fields like photography, video making, and also storytelling.
Wow, I want to be there too. And I have a second question. I want to know more about these artistic actions that you're going to use to tackle this issue.
Yes, after the workshops, the co-creation lab, we came up with the ideas as we collected brilliant ideas from the audience. So we decided to have 4 thematic artistic themes or tracks. They will be focusing on video making, film short movies, and also storytelling, and also we will have an exhibition, collective exhibition for arts, and lastly for photography to tackle and to raise awareness about environment and just transition.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's super cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing
your experiences and your local experiences. That was super interesting from hearing from all of this from different countries and point of view. Thank you.
Thank you.
And actually speaking about local actions, you have to stay tuned because all of those actions that will take place from now on, they will be combined next June during the Med Action Festival.
Wow. Yeah. And can we get involved? What's that? Can you explain me more about this festival?
Yeah, of course. So the Med Action Festival has been created by the MRC itself, and the purpose of it is to implement action in the different territories involving youth and civil organizations. So the first purpose is to tackle climate change, and the #1 action is cleanings that take place in different beaches in the different territories.
That sounds exciting. And I want to know, are we alone? There is someone helping us? Who's involved?
Of course, we have some amazing financing organizations. So we have first European Cultural Foundation. We also have the Interministerial Department of the Mediterranean, the Region Sud, and of course also our mother association that is les Têtes de l'Art.
Wow, I can't wait to go there. So we conclude here our show. I hope that you enjoyed with us this day, and I see you very soon. Bye bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Goodbye.